Hey everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tim Parameswar. I am a retired Marine. I was retired by the Department of Defense in 2014 due to combat injuries that prevented me from continuing my service for our nation. Around 2018, my wife and I started a nonprofit organization aimed at serving our veteran community, specifically when it comes to bridging gaps in services that already exist. One of the biggest gaps that exists is mental health services. Our aim, our goal was to make sure that our veterans had access to those services that they needed in a timely manner. We understand the system can be slow, the VA care networks can be slow, and the civilian networks are not very well trusted by the veteran community. There's always a stigma about what they're exposing themselves to. So our goals was to provide those services that can bridge the gaps in the care that they need in time for them to be taken into the VA system and continue their care there. This morning, I was notified by a veteran out of Colorado who did a podcast interview with me about a year ago when we started our organization about a comment that was posted to his YouTube channel regarding that interview video of me. What I'd like to do is I'd like to share this post with you guys. And let's take a look at this post now. This post was made by Mr. Evans Cowan from California. Looked up this nonprofit. Well, thank you, Mr. Cowan, for looking up our nonprofit. I hope you do more than just look it up. I hope you intend on participating in the care and recovery of our veterans. So definitely look at our partnership site to see how you can help us help our veteran community. Tinto is a money-seeking fraud. I'm not sure where you received that conclusion from, Mr. Cowan. But I wonder if you found it on the website while you were looking up the nonprofit, or you found it online somewhere. Hold on a second. Wait a minute, Mr. Cowan. I just realized something. You live at 330 Island Street in Morro Bay, California. That is 2,697 miles from where I live, and we've never seen each other. We've never met. We don't even live in the same vicinity, let alone the same state. So I'm not sure how you came to this conclusion. But let's go on anyway, okay? If he really suffers from PTSD, he would be addressing it with the VA and not creating problems with others. Again, Mr. Cowan, we don't even live in the same area, so I don't know if you have access to my VA records to validate the statement you're making, or who is telling you that I'm causing trouble for others? But that's an interesting statement. I would be very interested to see the evidence you have to support these statements you're making. He is a victim fraud. Once again, Mr. Cowan, I'm telling you, 2,697 miles away from each other. We've never seen each other. We haven't even virtually seen each other. So for you to make that conclusion that I am a victim fraud, it makes me want to see what you have, what evidence to support this statement you make on public forum. Malingerer. My goodness, I haven't heard that word since my time as a young Marine. Now, Mr. Cowan, you're saying I'm a malingerer, or you're saying the nonprofit's a malingerer? I'm having a hard time understanding what that one word statement is of yours. But again, malingerer having a very vast, definition and criteria to be met. I'd be interested to see the evidence you have that would support this statement. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are very familiar with internet trolls. And Mr. Cowan is not an exception. He is a troll. But there's a reason why I am addressing this one troll. Take a look at this video.
I've had this problem.
Big problem.
I really needed
a good career and life coach.
And I kept searching.
and searching.
There are so many choices.
It's really hard to find one that has all the things on my list.
But I finally did it.
Yes. Thank you.
If you are looking for one as well, look no further.
Here's a really good one.
Just use mine.
Use mine.
I'm very satisfied.
Definitely recommend.
Problem gone.
Thank you.
So Mr. Cowan is registered through Psychology Today as a therapist. Mr. Cowan is a mental health provider who in his own profile states that he helps veterans. We all know that 22 a day has been that number that we've all swallowed for a very long time. But I can assure you from experience and from having seen my brothers and sisters struggle with their demons, that a major contributor to 22 a day are mental health providers like Mr. Cowan, who's registered through Psychology Today, that would come onto a social forum and state that a veteran who struggles from PTSD or a veteran who's using his vlogging or blogging social media platform as a form of therapy for himself would be a malingerer, or that he isn't seeking the assistance and help he needs through the VA. Instead, he's causing trouble for others. This mindset that is in our society, and now, looking at Mr. Cowan's profile, someone who is in the mental health industry saying that about a veteran becomes a very large contributor to why so many veterans do not seek the help they need. How do we change this mindset in society today? Again, my organization was started because of a personal struggle I went through that dealt with some of my injuries, some of my disabilities, or some of my struggles with post-traumatic stress. When I see a counselor, a therapist, someone with a master's of science in psychology who is endorsed by Psychology Today, who provides daily services according to his site, who has access to our veteran community, what assurance do I have that this is not what he says or does to those veterans? This statement would be needed for a veteran to be pushed over the edge, for him to be added to that roster of 22 a day. How do you justify your existence at this point? You may have so many people out there, Mr. Cowan, that tell you about who and we and they are. But as a veteran community, I can assure you, you don't know us. You don't know the struggles we go through. You don't know what it's like to look at a mother who just lost their son or daughter, whose name got put on the roster for 22. You don't know. So when you make statements like this, Mr. Cowan, and you make a living off of veterans and other Americans struggling with mental health issues, you may want to reconsider how you present yourself out there on social media. Because it's unacceptable. I would be interested to find out what Psychology Today thinks about this. I would be interested to find out what your licensing boards would think about this. Because this kind of behavior, this kind of treatment of my community should never be allowed.